shop, everybody. Today we have a lump of oak. It's not in round and it's an odd shape. I'm going to try, and you can't see the face of it. I actually have had to get my grinding wheel out and grind it inside here because it's really craggy and rocky. I'm going to try and leave as much of this as I can. This will probably have to come down a little bit more. I think this is still a little longer there than it is anywhere else. This obviously is going to have to come shorter, probably back down to here at the minimum to get some way to put some type of way to hold it when I turn it around on there. And but there's some big cracks. They don't come all the way through, but there's some cracks inside here. So we're going to see how this goes. Let me get my gear on and we'll get started on it. I thought I'd show you guys something. I know a lot of y'all watch various people on YouTube because you're obviously watching me a little bit. There's a guy named Mike Holden who I watch almost all of his videos, and he uses a product that for filling called Brummer, and this is a different consistency. It's about the consistency of pudding, so it's not quite as thick as, say, a regular wood paste or filler. And what I'm going to use this for, it's my first time to ever use it. And I'm going to try it because my understanding is that it'll fill the crack a little better, but yet it's still thick enough that it really won't stain the wood. So that's what I'm going to try here. I'm going to try filling these cracks, just the cracks, not the bug holes, not the voids, just the cracks. This is actually a little thicker than I think he has in the UK. But the interesting thing about it is that in the UK, it's a much bigger size container and a much cheaper price. What I paid for this, he can get 2 of the larger, I think, pint size, whatever they may be, and not a problem. I thought I bought black, but I guess I got dark brown, so we're going to run with it. And I'm just going to fill these cracks up, and then I'll sand it, and I'll bring you guys back when I get ready. It's right now sanded up to 220, and when it's sanded up and dried off, which it may take a little bit to dry because we're actually getting rain, which is something that we're desperate for here. And we'll bring you back when I get ready to finish this up. I haven't decided. Typically, you know my drill. I'll probably do the same because I can get most of this without an issue. And what holes don't get filled, we'll leave the way they are. Pretty fast drying too, from what I understand. So, all right, I just wanted to show you guys that and tell you about this product. It is a little thicker, I think, but it still, I think it's going to do a good job. So I'll bring you back shortly. So my external mic died. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell you, typical so far, sanded up to 400, buffed with abrasive. You can see the cracks have been filled with the brummers, and yes, it works beautifully. I don't like the color, but that's the only one I had. I thought I got black, but it's just kind of a taupe or a brown color. We'll see what happens. I'm going to use the Act abrasive paste on it next, and I'm going to apply it with a paper towel, but then I've got a buffing wheel on my drill, a 2-inch buffing wheel. I'm going to use that so that I don't get up in here or in here and have to clean that all out again. So I'm going to use the buffing wheel to do that. So we're going to do that next, and then we'll finish with the Axe polishing paste. Then, so I'll just let you watch a little bit of that, and then we'll go from there. Thought I'd show you the inside before I got started. it's going to be rough going for a while, folks. As you can see, I got my grinder out just to make a spot in there that I could put the wood in, or the worm screw in, and flatten it down enough to where it'd be flat. So it's going to be rough going. Very high here, lower here, even lower down here, until I get this down past this point somewhere, and we're going to be that way. But that's what it's going to look like. You'll see it once it gets spinning. Well, one more in the books. Oak Burl. It's about 8 inches at the widest part here, and a little over 4 inches tall at the tallest part here. Oak Burl, I like left the worm trails and just the natural finish that it had here. Left the crack and the finishes it had here. I just put some oil on this. I couldn't do the wax or anything on that, so I just put some oil on this just to give it some moisture, and finished off nicely. I appreciate everybody stopping by and watching the videos. Appreciate a like, and I appreciate a subscription if you can, and if you feel the need, share it. Until next time, we'll see you in the shop.